What is up? Jessie here, back with another video from the Coaster Media channel. So today I will be doing a story time video. I absolutely love watching story times on YouTube from other YouTubers, so I figured I would share with you guys a coaster story time video. So let's get into it. So this story time is about how I got to ride Steel Vengeance for the first time, and let me tell ya, it was tough. Okay, so this happened opening day at Cedar Point, and I have never been to Cedar Point opening day, and I went with my brother Josh and one of our friends, and it was fun. Opening day of Cedar Point of 2018, May 5th, that was my 18th birthday too. So I was really excited to go. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be like the best 18th birthday ever. I get to ride Steel Vengeance. I was super pumped. And then stuff happened. Okay, so I think we get up really early and we drive up to Cedar Point. Cedar Point's about 5 hours away from my house, so I think we got up around like 3 or 4 a.m. and we just like woke up and we picked up our friend and then like we just headed up there. Now we got up there a little bit later. Like we got up there before the park opened, but since it was opening day and Steel Vengeance was a new coaster, it was crowded, obviously. So I remember we parked in the I don't know if you guys ever been to Cedar Point, but they have like a Magnum entrance too, and we parked in that parking lot. That way we would be closer to Steel Vengeance. We are running to Steel Vengeance, and by the time we get there, we thought we got there early enough, but we had to wait about 4 hours. Now, I am a new coaster enthusiast, so I've never waited for a coaster, like a brand new coaster like this. So it was like something like I've never experienced in my life. And like, I remember they had like security guards there and everything. It was just like a lot of people, a lot of things were going on. And yeah, it was just a lot of commotion. And obviously you needed a locker, and I think what ended up happening was like a lot of the lockers were taken, and I think we got lucky because I think we were like one of the last ones to take a locker or something. But yeah, anyways, so we get in line and we begin our journey. So it's hot out, we're sweating, we're tired, we're hungry, we have to pee. It's just a mess. Josh brought some portable chargers, and I think he brought his headphones. I was not prepared. At that time, I had my little iPhone 6S before I upgraded to the XS. So the 6S, like, that thing was old, and it didn't hold a lot of battery, so I was kind of bored. So you know, we're trucking along in line. We're getting footage of Steel Vengeance. Looks really wicked cool and everything and stuff. So yeah, I think we waited about 4 hours in the line for it. And I remember we eventually started to make our way up, and then that's when the cars decide to crash, as a GP would call it. Obviously they didn't crash. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story, but I forget which one crashed into what, but like they were coming into like back into the brake run thing, and they just kind of like tapped each other. So obviously they shut down their ride. So that was really disappointing after waiting 4 hours, wasting 4 hours of my life that I'll never get back. After wasting 4 hours of my life in a line and not being able to ride the coaster. Yeah, starting my 18th birthday off great. I was really mad, especially since I was so hungry and I really had to pee. Oh my god, I had to pee. Anyways, so we get out of line. Now, we were debating whether we should get out of line or not, because we didn't know exactly what happened. But like when we did hear that like the cars kind of like collided together, or like, yeah, they're probably never gonna open this back up, like open here, like whatever. So we get out of line, and I remember we went to go use the bathroom, we ate lunch, and then we met up with some of our other friends that were there, and I think we rode Gatekeeper, which we got an evac off that, because I remember when we rode it, it was like the sketchiest ride I've ever had on Gatekeeper, and I remember, like, I forget, like, where it was, but we just heard, like, this weird sound, and, like, we come back into, like, the thing, and they had to evac us off, so that was pretty cool, because I've never been evac'd off a coaster, but, yeah, it was, like, the worst ride I've ever had on Gatekeeper. I remember I rode it with Iva from Wildcat Coasters, but, yeah, it was just, like, yeah, pretty sketchy. And I remember it was, like, nothing was literally open, like, nothing was either open or just, like, everything was just breaking down. It was just, like, I was, like, really? Obviously, that sounds like Cedar Point's opening day because it's, you know, Cedar Point and it's open day. Of course it's going to happen. So I think we rode, like, Blue Streak, Rougarou, a couple of other stuff. And it was just, like, there was really nothing to do because we didn't really want to wait in line for something long, or we just, yeah, I don't know. And I remember I had a friend that was in line for Top Thrill, and they kept, like, I think they tried to ride Top Thrill, like, 5 times that day, but it literally just kept breaking down, and they, like, never rode it. So, my 18th birthday was off to a great start. Not. So, you know, I was fine with riding a couple of other coasters. Obviously, I was disappointed that we didn't get to ride Steel Vengeance. I remember we rode Maverick. I was cool with that. I love Maverick. That kind of made up for not being able to ride Steel Vengeance. I remember we went to customer service, I don't know. We went there and we complained, and I think we literally waited in that line for about an hour because it was, like, that long, because so many people were complaining. It's like nothing was open, everything was breaking down, you know, they bought a really expensive ticket for opening day, and, like, they can't ride anything. It was just, like, I remember waiting that line, it was just so long, and you can just, like, hear the people in front of us, like, complaining and everything. So, I actually have a picture of it on my Instagram, and I might pop it up somewhere. But they end up giving us, like, some fast passes, and then, like, a free like, meal thing, like, a meal voucher for, like, the rest of the day, which we really didn't need, because we had, like, the meal plan on our passes. But it was whatever, you know. They were nice enough. Nice enough. Oh my god, I can't speak. They were nice enough to do that, so, you know, that was cool of them. And we were gonna go that Sunday too, so that's when, like, we used our fast lane and stuff, was that Sunday stuff. So yeah, so I think we're planning to get last ride of the night on Maverick that night. So, you know, going throughout the day, it was fine, and then, like, back in, like, Maverick and Steel Vengeance, there's, like, this restaurant area is where we ate, like, dinner at, and I think it's around 9:15ish, 9:30ish, if I remember correct, around there. Yeah, so we're eating and stuff, and where we're eating at, we can literally see Steel Vengeance, and we're eating, and we're just sitting there, like, waiting to, like, get in line for Maverick, just kind of chilling, taking a break, and we just see them, like, we see, like, maintenance, just, like, well, first of all, we see them testing Steel Vengeance with water dummies, and we're, like, getting our hopes up, like, oh my god, like, what do we open this coaster back up? That'd be so awesome. That'd be, like, the best 18th birthday ever. Oh my god, I would love that. And then I remember Dustin pointed out, like, maintenance was riding it, and, like, everything was working well. And then we just saw a whole bunch of people just rushing. And by this point, we just got our food when this happened, so our food was free, but we were hungry, so it's not like we wasted food. But I remember, like, I think I got chicken tenders and fries, and I maybe ate, like, 1 bite of chicken tender, and maybe, like, 2 or 3 fries, and we just saw it, and we're like, oh my god, we have to go. So Josh, of course, my brother, had to use the bathroom, because he has a bladder like thrill. So he, like, I'm like, Josh, run to the wait, no. Sorry, let me back up here. So he's like, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And as he's in the bathroom, that's when we see the crowd going. And I'm just like, oh my, I was like so anxious, like, come on Josh, hurry up, like, let's, like, try to beat the liner, whatever. So Josh finally gets out of the bathroom, and we're, like, literally running, and right before we crossed over the railroad tracks to get by Steel Vengeance, Tony Clark stops us. He's like, are you guys gonna ride Steel Vengeance? And we're like, yeah. And then he's like, okay, go ahead. And I remember I was texting my friend who was still trying to ride Top Thrill, and they ran to Steel Vengeance to ride it again. And then, of course, as soon as they, like, get out of line, Top Thrill opens back up. And they were so mad because Tony Clark only let a certain amount of people ride Steel Vengeance. And so they weren't able to ride it. So, because they were texting me, like, are you in line? Are you in? I'm like, yeah. Okay, I remember I have, like, some video clips on Instagram.
Guys, they opened Steel Vengeance back up. Oh my gosh, we waited 4 hours for this earlier, and now they're opening it back up. You can hear everyone screaming. I'm freaking out right now. I can't believe this is actually real. The Lord was actually looking over us tonight. Best birthday present I could ever ask for. Oh my gosh, I'm so blessed. Guys, I'm freaking out right now. Alright guys, what are your expectations for this ride?
This is probably going to be my favorite #1.
Josh, expectations for this ride?
I don't know, I just hope I don't throw up.
Dude, we were like literally eating, and we saw like them running test dummies and everything, and we're like scarfed our food down, and we ran here, and like they're like coughing and throwing up and everything. But guys, oh my gosh, I can't right now.
I remember I was in line, I was like, oh my god, guys, they just opened Steel Vengeance, like we're actually gonna get to ride, and we're gonna ride at night. My first time at night. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So we get up to line, I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my god, but when it's our turn to get on, it's gonna break down, because that's just like my luck. So I don't know if you guys know who Sean Flannery is. I can never really say his last name. I forget. I think like his coaster YouTube channel is like Sean Flannery or whatever. But I've met him a couple times and stuff. He's super cool, super nice. And he was like a couple people back from us. And so he was, cause like they were kind of just putting people wherever, and since we had like an odd amount, I think we all rode with like random people. I don't know why. Dustin, the friend, and then Josh rode together, and then I rode with some like a random girl like around my age or whatever. So Sean, as I couldn't believe it. Like I sat down in Steel Vengeance. I think I rode in like the 5th row. I want to say 4th or 5th row, around there. And Sean was like next one in line and like in my row, and he was recording, and he was like recording Josh, and I was telling the girl next to me, I'm like, oh my god, this is my 18th birthday, I'm so excited to ride it. And her sister and her mom were behind us. They're like, oh my god, it's your 18th birthday. And then they told her ride up, and like the whole ride up was like, everyone, let's wish Jessica happy 18th birthday. So that was really cool. I got a shout out on my 18th birthday.
We're on this train. Today is Jessica's birthday.
All clear.
And it's sure to be a wild one.
This train's been so sit down, about time, and enjoy your ride.
Get it?
Oh yeah, so we ended up riding it at night, and I did not know where the heck I was going. It was just like, turn here, blah blah blah. I'm like, ah! It was so overwhelming and so cool. I remember when I got off the ride, I was crying. I really was crying, because I was like, oh my god, that thing is so sweet looking. And what made it even better is as soon as we pull out of the station, we hear, as the other cart comes back in, as the other train comes back in, they're like, sorry guys, Steel Vengeance is down for the rest of the night due to maintenance problems. We got the last public ride of the night ever on Steel Vengeance by luck, which made it so much more better. It was literally a birthday miracle from the birthday gods. I don't know. I remember when we got off that train, got off that coaster, I was crying. I was like, oh my god, guys, we just rode Steel Vengeance. It was so lucky, blah blah. It was like the most overwhelming thing ever. It was just so awesome. Like, and my adrenaline like went through the roof. It was just I still to this day, I'm like, dude, that was like the luckiest thing of my life. After waiting in line for 4 hours, not being able to ride it, and having the luck of riding it was just awesome. And then Eventually, when we went back that Sunday to Cedar Point, everything was open and there was like no line, so we literally got to ride like Millennium, Top Thrill. We got to ride so much, and the park was actually running good that day that it ended up being like one of the best birthday weekends of my life. And yeah, so turned out to be a great weekend, and that's how I got to ride Steel Vengeance for the first time, or whatever you want to say. So yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. I know it's not a normal like vlog or no limits 2 thing or whatever. It's a little bit different. I really want to do it, so yeah, whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and please hit that like and subscribe button.